Not every narrative about the lives of the famous and wealthy are filled with gloss and splendor. Some stick out because of the courage and determination they show. Here are the stories of famous people who had their professional lives derailed, but who, like phoenixes emerging from the smoke, found their way again to the limelight. Their stories cover more ground than simply celebrity. They also highlight the strength of the human soul, the importance of never giving up, and the transformative effects of a second chance. So in this video, we will look into some of the most inspiring celebrity comebacks. All of these people's stories, actors, musicians, athletes, and entrepreneurs are proof that the human spirit is unbreakable. Number 10. Stephen King. Stephen King, the master of horror, wasn't always living the high life. Back in the day, he was scraping by, living in a trailer with his wife, who was also a writer. They were so strapped for cash that they had to borrow clothes for their wedding and couldn't even afford a phone. King worked all sorts of odd jobs while scribbling away at his stories, but rejection after rejection kept pouring in. He even had to upgrade his rejection slip display from a nail to a spike, because there were just too many. It took him 60 tries before he finally sold his first short story for a measly $35. And even his iconic book, Carrie, didn't take off right away. It got turned down over and over until finally a paperback deal landed him a sweet $200,000 payday. Success didn't come easy, but King kept on writing, and eventually he became a household name in the literary world. Number 9. Mickey Rourke. In the 80s, Mickey Rourke was a rising star, impressing audiences with his roles in movies like Barfly and Angel Heart, as well as leading in films by Francis Ford Coppola. But then, things took a turn. He faced a string of box office flops, and his reputation on set suffered. So in the 90s, he left acting behind to pursue a career in boxing. Unfortunately, his time in the ring left him with serious injuries, including ones that required surgery to his face. Slowly but surely, he started to make a comeback in the 2000s, scoring roles in films like Sin City and Domino. It was his role in Darren Aronofsky's The Wrestler in 2008 that really put him back on the map, earning him an Oscar nomination and a Golden Globe win for Best Actor. Number 8. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves became a Hollywood sensation with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in 1989, but despite his 90s success with Point Break and The Matrix, he hit a rough patch in the mid to late 2000s with lesser-known movies and some commercial flops. In 2010, he even became an internet meme known as Sad Keanu. However, his role in John Wick in 2014 changed everything, catapulting him back into the spotlight. The franchise became a massive hit, earning over $1 billion worldwide, and Reeves regained his A-list status. He's since starred in several big-budget films, including reprising his iconic role as Neo in 2021's The Matrix Resurrections. Number 7. Ke Huy Quan. Ke Huy Quan, who starred in some iconic 80s flicks like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and The Goonies, realized that being a child actor didn't guarantee a smooth ride in Hollywood, especially as an Asian American. He struggled for years to find roles before stepping behind the camera for projects like Wong Kar-wai's 2046. But after taking a break and deciding to give acting another shot in his late 40s, he landed a standout part in the 2022 movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, thanks to directors Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. His performance earned him heaps of praise and even scored him a Best Supporting Actor Oscar. Now he's back in the spotlight, popping up in shows like Loki and American-Born Chinese. Number 6. J.K. Rowling. Before J.K. Rowling became the Queen of Magic, she was just like us, struggling to make ends meet. Fresh out of university, she was juggling odd jobs while trying to make it as a writer. Then, one fateful day, stuck on a delayed train, the idea for Harry Potter popped into her head. But life wasn't a fairy tale for Rowling. She faced a roller coaster of ups and downs, losing her job, moving countries, getting married, having a kid, and then going through a divorce. As a single mom in Scotland, she was barely scraping by on government assistance. And even when she finished the first Harry Potter book, rejection after rejection followed. But Rowling didn't give up. She kept writing, and eventually her perseverance paid off big time. The Harry Potter series became a global phenomenon, spawning movies and merchandise and turning her into one of the richest women in the UK. Number 5. Lily Gladstone. After her breakout role in the 2016 indie hit Certain Women, Lily Gladstone hit a bit of a crossroads in her career. Despite some small gigs here and there, she was thinking about leaving acting behind for a job as a data analyst. But then, out of the blue, Martin Scorsese himself reached out to her in 2020 for a lead role in his new movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. That Zoom call changed everything. Now, with an Academy Award nomination under her belt for her standout performance in the film, Gladstone's firmly back in the game, proving that sometimes all it takes is one big break to reignite a career. Number 4. Natasha Lyonne. Natasha Lyonne, known for her roles in 90s teen flicks like But I'm a Cheerleader and American Pie, faced some tough times in her career. Struggling with a heroin addiction and health issues, her path seemed uncertain for a while. However, since getting clean in 2006, she's experienced a remarkable comeback. Landing a role on the hit show Orange is the New Black was a turning point, leading her to create her acclaimed series, Russian Doll. Recently, she starred in Rian Johnson's Poker Face, solidifying her place as a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood once again. Number 3. John Travolta. John Travolta rose to fame in the 1970s with hits like Carrie, Saturday Night Fever, and Grease, but his career slowed down in the 80s with a string of disappointments. Despite critical acclaim for movies like Blowout, box office success eluded him. However, in the early 90s, Quentin Tarantino gave his career a jolt by casting him as Vincent Vega in Pulp Fiction. This role revitalized Travolta's career, earning him praise and an Academy Award nomination, marking a comeback for the actor. Number 2. Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore, born into the famous Barrymore acting family, kicked off her career as a child star in movies like Firestarter and E.T. the Extraterrestrial. However, being part of Hollywood royalty didn't shield her from a tough childhood. Like many child actors, she faced struggles with drugs and mental health issues, spending time in rehab and a mental institution as a teenager. Despite these challenges and her emancipation from her parents at 14, Barrymore managed to turn her life around. As an adult, she's flourished in Hollywood with hits like Scream, The Wedding Singer, and Charlie's Angels, and she's now making waves as the host of her talk show. Number 1. Shania Twain. Lastly, let's talk about Shania Twain's journey to stardom. It wasn't a walk in the park. Growing up, she faced some tough times after her parents split up when she was just a kid. Money was tight, so she started singing in bars at the tender age of 8 to help out. But tragedy struck when she was 21. Her mom and stepdad were killed in a horrible car crash. Shania put her dreams on hold to take care of her younger siblings. She sang gigs at resorts while making sure her brothers and sister were okay. It wasn't until they were old enough to fend for themselves that she finally chased her Nashville dreams. She waited until her youngest brother finished high school before hitting the big time in the music biz. That's all for this video. Leave your thoughts on these inspiring celebrities. Also, take a minute out and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned. See you soon.